All right, we're live here in StreamYard, and we're live in YouTube. So, all right, let's see who shows up. Oh, mind you, Misfit Darling was in here ages ago. You know, so I know she was on the ball and getting here in time. You know,
Yeah, she better if she knows what's good for
yeah, but look at you, 1 minute to spare.
her. I like to keep you in suspense, man.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you know I always make it like 99.8% of the time.
Is that how you are for appointments and shit?
No, no. Yeah, I like appointments. Like if you're speaking work wise and stuff, I'm usually a little early. So, uh, yeah, or at least in the neighborhood a little early, killing a few minutes or whatever. So it's
Yeah.
always better to be early than late, especially on a first impression of any type of business.
Absolutely. That's what made me
Yeah.
ask.
Sometimes early's no good if people got other appointments or they're not home yet or something. But you damn sure don't want to be late. So
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I was just waiting for people to show up and we'll get going. You know, and make sure I do have it. Yeah, I have it set for public, so everybody should hear us. You know, but Raphael, there he goes from good old Tampa, Florida, the Sunshine State, as they call it. You know, so it's good to see him when he's here. Appreciate it. So anyway, our Miles will get started with the introductions. So just for the people that are in the chat, which is not many, but there might be some lurkers out there, as I want to introduce the panelist I have at the moment, New York Outcast. How you doing?
doing all right, not bad for a Wednesday. So usually pretty beat, but I'm still kicking pretty strong. I got 12 hours in the day plus some running around and a little bit of shopping and dinner, and now I'm here.
Uh, yep, a full day. So when it's over, you can relax.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, that was what you call it. Got a few people. Let's see. Let me see who's in the chat here. There's not many right now, but they're coming in. We got actually first in, and I haven't seen her in ages, unless she's become a lurker. Is Mystic Gums, then the Misfit Darling, then Raphael, then Gizzard Gary. That's about it right now. That's all showing up so far. But I said we're it's slow, mind you. I mean, I want to apologize for not being here last week, but I had some personal stuff I had to take care of. You know, so I figured
You
to get that
always got
done.
your personal stuff on Wednesday, don't you?
I
Don't
try
you?
not to, but
Everybody calls to hang out with Rick on Wednesday. We know how it
yeah,
is. We know how it is.
I know. I know. I'm just a popular guy, you know. So anyway, this week I'm here. And my topic list is very small, almost non-existent. I might have to do a night strike, hit or miss, and just wing it, you know. But I mean, I was the reason I don't have many topics. I was leaning towards maybe touching on politics a little, you know, this show. Not necessarily, unless you got something you want to talk about. But we don't talk about politics much like we used to, you know. But I mean, it's, we, what? Hell, it's call it 7 o'clock here on the Eastern Coast. So hell, it ain't 6 days left anymore. It's only 5 days left until the election, you know. Oh, I voted today. I done my due diligence up at the fire station, a couple of 100 yards up the road there. I went in. I, I pulled into the parking lot of the fire station up there. There was 5 cars. I thought, damn, there's a lot of people here. But then I walked in. 3 of the 5 cars were not employees, volunteers that work in there. Then there was 2 people. There was, how many was there? 1, 2, 3. There was 4 voting booths. 2 of them were done with the other 2 people. So I mean, I walked right up to the table, handed over my ID, which I don't have no problems pulling out and showing, who I am. I have no problem with it. And done my thing. They took me. We got the machines. We don't have the paper ballots. And it's one of those you push. You don't mark it off or anything. It's push button. And you push it, then it when you push the last thing, then it runs a paper ballot sort of out real slow for you to sort of double check it and make sure you've done everything correct. Now, I don't know what happens if you say, no, that's wrong. Would they let you redo it? I don't know. Anyway,
take you out back and flog you.
That's what I thought. Anyway, when that gets done, then you hit the danger red button to send the nukes off to say that you voted. You press that, then it goes to wherever it goes to. To sit there and not be counted until next Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a lot of time for people to get in there online and start tweaking things, but I don't know.
I mean, I can understand to a certain degree, right? That somebody's bound to. Personally, what would make life easier, I would think, is you have everybody's voting early, so as you count the votes up. Say it's 20 million. Then on election day, you have 20 people walk in, 20 million people vote on that day. So you go with a piece of paper, 20 plus 20 is 40. You got your election done in a day instead of a goddamn week. But I can understand that could lead to complications where it might leak out, hey, it's winning. So other people won't show up to vote, say, why bother? Because we're going to lose. I can understand that, but it's still, I still think we complicate it. We really do. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised for the town you're in there. I mean, with the whole 5 cars, that you're not just dropping stones in a bucket,
I know.
Personally, I don't like the early voting or the mail-in voting. So, for the very small exceptions of, people in the hospital, people in the military, people, involved in work that's out of the country, something like that, I could understand. But I just, I think it's just.
You're going to do it next Tuesday.
Yeah. Your employer has to give you a day off if you got one.
Well,
not today, but they got to let you vote.
Yeah, they got to give you time to vote.
Most polling places are open from the crack of dawn to like 9 p.m., at least around here. So in most cases, you could probably go before or after work and not even have to take time off. But really, it should be a date on your calendar that I mean, I don't understand how lazy you gotta be. It's just gotta be at our convenience.
I've done that.
The founding fathers didn't create this country out of damn convenience when they felt like it.
I done
that. Come on.
I've done that. I've done my time standing in the fucking freezing cold.
Your time
in
ain't
the
up
snow,
until you're
waiting
dead,
to get
damn it.
inside.
Your
I've
time
done my
ain't up.
part,
You take the check. You do your part.
you know. I've done my part of waiting in line outside with the
Oh, you
wind
still gotta wait.
howling,
You
the
still
snow
gotta wait
coming, freezing
until
your
you're
ass
too
off.
crippled to get there. You should be proud to take your ass there.
You know. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm entitled after working my whole life.
That's the problem.
You know.
Everybody, entitled and feels they're special and they deserve all this. And don't worry, the government's going to make it easy to screw you.
Hey, by me being in retirement, right? By me doing it early makes it quicker for all you workers who have to do it on Tuesday. You know
Doesn't
what I'm
matter.
saying?
Part of the process. Most people want to get out of work for a couple hours, so
You
it's
know?
fine. It's fine.
But anyway, so where we going? I voted. I forgot to pick up my little sticker to
Oh,
wear on.
we
I'm
don't
going to
believe
wear
you
on
then.
my shirt tonight, saying I voted.
No sticker, no proof, man.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to pick it up.
You got like a stain on your wrist or back of
No,
your hand or anything like that. Nothing.
nothing.
Oh,
And I
jeez.
didn't even
So how do we
recognize
know?
anybody in there, so I couldn't tell you. Well, I asked so and so because I don't know who they were.
Yeah, you might have just finished off a bucket of chicken, passed out, and dreamed that you voted. Yeah, there's no proof. How do you even know you were there?
I know. There's no proof. That's terrible. But I know I hit the nuke button because my little paper trail here on the side went zooming off. Well, rolled on the. I think there's a big roll of paper in there. You know, like a cash register. You know, keeping them all. So, but that was it. I was hell less than 5 minutes. I was in and out. You know, because I mean I cheated. You know, when it came to
You
I
just
hit the
party
Republican
all the way
key.
down.
I hit the Republican key. You know, for everybody. You know, but I did go. There were 6 or 7 pages, and I did go through them all for like because it does it. Individual stuff that wanted doing and
Mm-hmm.
asking. I done those, but for the for the president and everything else, I just hit the Republican key.
So
So
you
I
do
did.
any local? You
What?
went local? Did you go local with our Republican with the local stuff too?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
hit because they have you can do that. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can in New York.
Did
But
you
you can
bother
here.
checking any of those people out, or you didn't bother?
I didn't bother. I took the playbook, the Democratic playbook.
Mm.
You know, they're Republican, so that's all that matters.
Well,
Now,
how do
I
you
mean,
know they? How do you know they
I've
weren't
heard about it.
Democrat last time and they just claim they're Republican this time? You know,
Well,
those
I
wishy-washy ones.
I knew who was running. You know, well, I knew 80% of who was running. Who they were, what they've done. I do. I mean, believe it or not, I do have a lot of time on my hands. I do read stuff they send and shit like that, and research the people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
That's
tend
why I
to
went
find
with, on the
better to.
Republican ticket. I mean, like my cousin asked me again. She must have forgot. She asked me 5 years ago. She said, if your relative was running and was running as a Democrat, would you vote for him? I said, hell no. No way, no how. She was shocked. But they're family. I said, I don't care. You know, I said I
A
don't
lot of
care.
people like that. A lot of
I,
people
I
like that.
I said I don't care. I said he might. I said he or she might be the, a Democrat who leans far right, has a lot of things that I like, but to run as a Democrat, that means you believe in their policies, you know, and the Democrats are knowing, well, when the back's against the wall, they all vote party line, whether they believe it or not. So that's why I won't. That's why I tried to explain to her why I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are like that though, or they just support family no matter what. I mean, I can appreciate the concept, but family's got to be worth supporting. So some families, I hate to say it, but trash. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You know.
it is what it is. They'll bring you down, not up. It's not your job to take care of these people. They had the same chance you did.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
why?
in some cases, don't get me wrong. There's other cases where it is it's decent thing to do, but yeah, a lot of families basically create a crutch for the idiot. So
Yeah.
just let them eat Tide Pods and be done with it. It'll clean up your bloodline. I don't understand. There's
Yeah.
always an idiot. There's always a so yeah, you can't pick your family, so it's not like it's something you did wrong. So I don't know. If your brother or something's a violent rapist, you're still gonna I love him and support him, and I'm gonna go bring him cookies and stuff. Like, you shit bag. No, you don't do that. Like, if anything, you go take his ass out because you close enough person to be able to do so. Like, you don't support that shit. Doesn't matter what it is. You don't support bad behavior. I don't give a shit if it's your damn parents. No.
There you go. New York has spoken. I agree with you though. Hey, Tactical Fud, Shady Hill Homestead, Jacob. So I'm just saying hi to people that jumped in the room since we've been talking. So good to see y'all. Yeah. So as I was saying, so I did that. Actually, I've spent I today was the first day I actually left my house in 4 days. You know, I've stayed here being a good boy, behaving myself, not spending any money spending money I don't have. You know, not I mean I got money, but my son's coming, so I'm trying to save as much as I can for when he's here. So unfortunately he comes to the wrong side of my payday. My payday's after he leaves, but hey, that's how it goes. That's why I need to get that fund that you keep telling me to get. If I had my, you know, $600 to $1,000 emergency fund, it wouldn't be a problem, would it? So there we go.
Nope. That's just it, man. But you got to start somewhere. But once you start and you get a little bit, like, you won't want to spend it. You'll actually appreciate that you got it and appreciate the security of it in a sense. And
Oh, you're right. I mean,
it'll get easier not to spend once you start getting used to it. But
yeah.
you got to
I
start
mean,
somewhere.
but see, the problem is it's discipline. I've started many a time, but something had come up and I've overspent on my other stuff so I'll just pull it out of the savings I stuck it in and I'm back to zero again.
Yep.
See, that's my
Well,
problem.
I tell you the same thing I've told my kids and other people. Like, you don't have to spend every dollar you get. Usually, a lot of people have their money spent before they even get it. Like their paycheck or whatever. They got obligations, this and that, or it's loans or whatever, or plans to get this. But really, if you're down to nothing and just scraping by to get there the next week, a lot of that shit you probably don't even really need. You want
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
feel you deserve it. You're entitled, but you don't need it. There's a
You're
difference.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I could
Like,
even. I
like
mean,
the people that go spend $10 a day on Starbucks and shit, and then they want to bitch about rent. Like, well, $10 a day times a month. I mean, what are you looking at? $300? Like, that's a chunk of rent right there. Like, stop your bitching, make coffee at home. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't,
yeah,
I
hey,
don't understand.
yeah.
Like it's
Oh, I
priority,
agree with
but
you. You know,
yeah,
I mean, good example. Like, I mean, going down to Deb's every day. That was. I mean, that even if you buy the special, time you pay tax, well, not tax. Well, there is a tiny bit of tax on it, but you're looking at $6-7 a day. Plus the gas to get there. As you said, add that up. You know, say seven, right? I normally don't go on weekends. Go 5 days a week at $7 a day. That's $35 a week just on that. Let alone the gas to get there and back and wear and tear on your vehicle. It all adds up. I understand. I know it in theory. I do. I just have trouble. No willpower. That's my problem. You know.
a lot of people, that even when they get more money, you get a raise, this and that, they up their lifestyle a little bit. They might go out to eat a couple more times a month or whatever. So in the end, they're almost in the same damn boat, like
Yeah.
where you could stock some of that, and be better. When something happens, you don't have to depend on somebody else, credit card, your parents, whatever the hell it is. You got something. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We've been through all this before,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
it's just you only hurt yourself,
Yeah.
and having to grovel and ask others for help seems more degrading than just tucking your belt in and not splurging so much.
Yeah.
Personally,
I know. But anyway, talking about, have you noticed? As I said, I mean, I've noticed it in the last couple of weeks. The elections is coming, and the price of gas is starting to drop. I don't know. Well, around here it is. Gas is dropping. So, I mean,
yeah, but what does that mean now? Does
well,
that
what I'm
mean
saying
Biden's
is, it's
doing
kind
it?
of
Like,
it's kind of funny that
who would believe that?
conveniently the price of gas is going down now. Why couldn't they put it down earlier? That's all I'm saying. It just,
Yeah, well, to me, it doesn't say anything. It
yeah.
just means it's going down a little bit. It's not going to convince my vote or something, like,
Well,
because
maybe that's what they're
even
trying
10
to
cents or
trying to
so.
say. Well,
Well,
look,
maybe, but you got to be
Bidenomics
retarded.
is
Like,
working.
I don't know. I think people that fall for that are retards, and they probably
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
even be allowed to vote because honestly, it's been high the majority of this time. So the
yeah.
very last day, they're like, our very last month or whatever, they want to lower it down and be like, oh, look what we did. Like, no, go fuck yourself. You screwed us for
That's what I
years.
say. Yeah,
So,
but I
like,
will
what the
say,
hell is that? Yeah, that's nothing. That's chump. You can't even buy an ice cream with that.
yeah. Now, Indiana has higher gas taxes because today my friend was down in Louisville in Kentucky. They're below 250 a gallon right now. I think they're at 248 or
Woo.
249.
Must be nice.
We're around two. I think last month when I got paid it was 309, but I think it's dropped to 299 right now. I think up around here. So that's what I'm saying. It's coming down. But it doesn't sway me. To me, if you can drop the price now, you could have dropped it months ago. But anyway, it don't matter. We're all garbage anyway. So, I think that's going to, I know he said it, but that's, if people if that gets, if the mainstream media doesn't bury it, right, that could hurt him, I think. Even with the last few days, it could make the people who haven't, or doing what you're doing, voting on the day, it could make them say, well, screw them. I'm not giving them my vote this time. I don't know. So, because I
No,
think
I
that
don't know.
is
I mean,
just as
it's
bad
it
as,
shouldn't be that much to make it to a place almost any time throughout a single day. I mean, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like, the day's coming. So, an employer isn't an excuse. So what, you just don't feel like it? You know what I mean? It's inconvenient to utilize your rights. I mean, if you're that damn lazy, you probably shouldn't vote. I mean, honestly, I don't mean to be a jerk, but that's
I agree with
honestly
you.
the case. I mean, it's like, that I don't know. I don't know. I'll just shut up. I don't know.
Yeah. So you hear that, people? Get out there. If you were going to early vote, do not do it. Wait till the day. That's what New York's telling you. Patriotic. Be patriotic.
That's right. Put in the work, damn it.
Yeah.
Be
So I
proud.
mean,
Go
I
down there
screwed
with
up
a
and I voted
carpool.
today.
Carpool down there with all your buddies and march in there like you're the man or woman, because you are.
See, I mean, personally, myself, I thought I was doing, the working man a favor by getting out of his way by doing it early. That's why I don't go down to the diner on the weekends, because Monday to Friday workers, that's the only time they got. Why should I be taking up a seat in the diner when I've got Monday to Friday to go there? Or am I looking at it wrong? That's how, I mean, I've always been that way since I've been, since I stopped working through disability. Now, technically, I'm retired because I'm in the right age. But, I mean, I even done that even at the, when I was living in Rhode Island and I was a member of the Bradford Sporting Club where I went shooting. I never went on the weekends because I didn't want to take a space where your Monday to Friday worker, that's the only time they've got to shoot. And I got all week to go down there and shoot. Plus it was better, right? Nobody there during the week but me. So
Yeah, I was a member of a club. I wouldn't go weekends. I would go like middle of the night, weekdays or something, and you get the place to yourself.
yeah.
But that's why I would do it, because it was packed, or sometimes there was the national shooting sports competition thing where they'd have people coming in to do that and stuff, and it was a lot nicer. It's can be fun meeting new people at the range and learning something or whatever experiences, but most of the time with people, it's just seems like, I don't know, I can't think of the right word, a pissing contest or something.
Yeah.
It's everybody's
Also,
trying to.
the few times I did do it, I've shot my targets, but I gotta wait for everybody else before I can go check them.
Ah, okay, yeah, it's one of those things.
Because you gotta wait for the, all the gun. I
Yeah,
can't think of the word they use now when we.
RO, range officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, now the place I was at, you just hit a button and it runs back and forth, so it comes right back to
well, I
you.
mean, it was like that in the indoor range, but this was an outdoor range.
Right.
And I said when I went, but when I started going on the weekdays, Monday to Friday, there wasn't even a range officer there. So I had the whole place to myself. I rarely ever saw anybody. So, but anyway, that was that. Yeah, Jacob said he went on a visit to Tennessee, and on the way down there in Hanson, Kentucky, it was 2:49. a gallon.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think I paid $3.19 yesterday.
God damn, that's high.
That's going down. It was.
Hey, that's Bionomics working.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I went over to my friend Terry's house this morning, and another guy was already there. He goes, "Hey, Rick," he said, "I ain't seen you for a few days. Where you been?" Oh, I said, "I've been following Bionomics." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, I said, I got less money now." I said, putting it bluntly. Then he started laughing. He understood where I was going. But, yeah, so the big day is next Tuesday. So you being your own boss, you can go anytime you want on Tuesday. You know?
Not necessarily anytime, because obviously, I've got obligations to meet, but I can create time. Yeah.
Well, you got to give yourself time off to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely. I'm just saying, but it can't necessarily
What
just
about
take the
your
day off
employees?
in the middle of a project type thing. So,
What about your employees?
well, she can go with me.
Yeah.
Other than that,
You're
I'm
ready
just
to go.
working with other people, other crews at this current point. So,
Yeah.
which I had a
I
problem
used to
with.
go when I did it before. I would go before I went to work. I would do it early in the morning. Hopefully beating everybody there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When I used to work and I would vote on the day. And when I worked, I did. I voted on the day. I never done any early voting. I've only done the early voting thing since I've been retired. And I've only done the early voting thing since I moved here. So, but do you think about it? I've been retired here longer than I was retired in Rhode Island. So, just saying. I've only been getting Social Security since 2016. How long was that? 8 years? And I spent 6 of them here. So there you go. Yeah, that's an. Oh, I mean, I don't know if I mentioned it last time I was on because I wasn't here. If you guys look behind me on top of my tool chest is the lower to my new 308 A10 type firearm, all built, ready to go. All I got to do is slap on an upper, and I'm good to go. It's all actually. There's even it's not. It's laying. Actually, I've got it. Your stand that you sent me. That's what's holding it up there, New York Outcast. I got it sitting in the magwell.
Okay.
It's too big. I mean, because there's nothing. So I just got it. That's what's keeping it straight up on top of my tool chest. Yeah. I do have a mag for it as well up there. So I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
cool.
Yeah. And I found the complete upper I'm going to get from Bear Creek Arsenal. 22 inch side charging handle that I'm gonna get for it. So then it'll be all done. Anyway, so that's just in case anybody was interested what I've done. So there you go. Moving on. So mind you, I do want to make. I don't know if I mentioned it, but you should have seen me trying to put that thing together. I'm sitting here swearing at the damn thing and all kinds of stuff, and I'm trying to follow the instructions, and I get online and start talking to Sean and people, and they're trying to say, no, you do it this way, do it that way. And, the thing would move and the goddamn springs would shoot out. Then I'll be on my knees looking for them. Oh man, it actually took me, no word of a lie, 4.5 hours to put that thing together. That lower. I tell you, the hardest part for me was putting in the the pin to when you close it. So
like pivot pin.
Yeah. Not
Okay.
it was.
And I assume is it a retaining pin?
It's the which one
Where
was
it
it?
won't come back out. Yeah. Well, it will, but you
it
have
was
to.
the back. It was the back one that was the
Okay.
hardest one to put in. Because you have to push it in there, hold it in there while you push it in from the other side, and it's the little tiny thing. And I got fat fingers. And it was funny. It was. I must have lost that. I must have lost that pivot pin and spring about 3 times. It shot out on me, until I wised up. And one of the guys I was talking to, or somebody who came into the chat, and he's saying, "What the hell are you doing?" I explained. He said, "Well," he said, get a Ziploc, a gallon Ziploc bag, put it over it, and work inside that. Then he said, if it flies off, it's going to be in the vicinity where you're at, And they didn't even dawn on me to do that. So once I got that, I lost it a couple of more times, but it finally went in. Yeah. So anyway, moving on from there. But what's Jacob say here? Has anybody seen the news stories about ballot boxes being lost in Florida and voter ballot boxes catching fire? I've seen videos of the boxes catching fire. People putting stuff inside them. Wasn't that up in Oregon or Washington? Where they
Believe
were
so.
What?
I believe so. Yeah, Washington. I believe.
Yeah.
I just seen the thing on it as I was eating dinner. So
Yeah.
it's TV is background basically. But yeah. So and I'm betting those are all Trump votes that got burnt. Kamala's are probably on burn-proof paper. I'm assuming.
Yeah, but they were. Of course, they caught fire. The fire department soaked them to put the fire out. Then they were trying to pick all the burnt ones up, put them in a bag to give to whoever. I don't know how they're going to see anybody who. So what happens? They get to re-vote? The people who put their ballots in there?
I would think so. They'd probably be able to do like some type of duplicate or something. I would think.
But how do they know who it was?
I know the thing I seen in at least one of the cases. I don't know. They were able to track down all the voters from that area, so they were going to get contacted or whatnot.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure that's not the case. Like when it's burnt up to nothing, how are you going to know who it was? So.
Yeah. The only way,
in those situations, I really don't know. I don't know how they'd know. So,
the only way they could know is if they used voter ID.
Yeah.
They could see if you voted or not.
Well, there's probably a couple bus loads of people just waiting so they can run in and say it was theirs.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I know this is YouTube.
It'll be like 2,000 people that show up for a box that can hold 100 ballots.
I don't want to get myself struck off, but all I'm going to say is I'm having flashbacks to 2020.
It's starting early. Starting early.
Well,
that's part of the problem. it's starting early, so
Yeah, yeah,
allowing other things to start early.
yeah. I agree with you. So, it's they've already started, because really they can't afford to lose.
Well, I want to see people like strung up on a noose for this. Like this is some serious crap. Like
Yeah, but
yeah,
it ain't going
screwing
to
with
be.
people's ballots with the process of like that should I don't know that's like close to treason in a sense. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I like that to me that should be they should be regretting that shit if they ever get caught. Let me put it that way. They're glad I ain't running shit.
yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
like a public here, it'd be
And
out in
that's
the
more than
square.
likely why you'll never be voted in because you're too,
Yeah, because they're all too
too
goddamn
extreme.
scared. I'm gonna make them get off their ass, get a
Yeah,
job, and be accountable for shit.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I mean, I know what you're saying, but they should. I mean, they should be. I mean, to me, a bunch of all those politicians that screamed Russia, 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 right, should be held accountable. Knowing it was a damn lie, and it's been proved it was a damn lie, you know. But what's happened to them? A bunch of them are still in the goddamn Congress, you know. And
Yeah,
I
well, we
watched something
know.
the other day. That little pencil neck, whatever his name is, uh, oh, that goddamn representative says I've got proof that he's got done all this stuff. Oh, what in the hell was his name? I've forgotten his name now. Little goddamn pipsqueak. You know, he was. I saw a thing the other day with him where he was he wasn't outright laughing, but he thought it was when somebody questioned him on it. He knew that he didn't have nothing, but he had to do what he had to do. That was sort of like his excuse. You know, to me, somebody like that needs to be brought up on some kind of charge. You know,
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So, but yeah, we know. Well, I don't know if people actually do know, but yeah, we've said it before that propaganda is legal.
that's right,
So
Ozzy. Adam Schiff. That yeah, that fucking weasel. He needs to be brought up
what's
on charges for that
what's
bullshit.
to say we're not getting propaganda out of the government and not just the news and what we see on TV and everything? Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah,
who knows, man? I mean, they got no problems wasting our money, tying things up,
yeah,
wanting to create lawsuits to stop, the removal of dead citizens off the voter registries, all this. Like, why would you do that? Why would whose money are you spending to create that lawsuit? Is it coming out of their pocket
no,
or is it coming out of the citizens' pocket?
no taxpayers' pocket.
Yeah, yeah, like you're wasting our freaking money here being a problem. Like, they should be instantly done. Like facing charges, need to pay that shit back themselves.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. It's despicable. And now what we no we're despicable, deplorable garbage. You know. But personally, talking about that, I think personally, we know we say that his mental capacity is slipping. Oh, Biden, right? But he ain't as far gone as you think he is. I think he's doing this on purpose. He is trying to tank her, for what they did to him. Plus, if she wins, that means he was only a stopgap president. It didn't mean shit. You know? If you think about it. Basically what I'm saying is his legacy doesn't mean damn shit. But what in the hell do I know about politics? Yeah. But anyway, I'm hoping for the best, but I've got 2020 in the back of my mind. Because really they don't want to let go of the power. And if they do lose the power, unfortunately, I don't think they're scared something's going to happen to them, but I don't think anything will, because it never does. And I heard something the other day. There's an outside chance that the Republicans are going to win the Senate and keep the House, right? But unless you can get 60 votes in the Senate, no law is going to pass. It's only things like for, picking new judges, and I think it's financial shit you can get away with 51 votes, right? But any sort of like law, I believe, unless they vote to change, say on this law we're going to not, there's a word for it where they don't use that thing, but they got to have 60 votes to pass a law. And if you've only got 54 or 52 seats, you ain't going to get, you're not going to get half a dozen Democrats to vote the other way. Even if they want to, they know they can't because they're getting in trouble. Their gravy train will be over. I know what they're saying to them. Boy, if you want to walk out of here a millionaire, you better vote our way. Otherwise, all your extra money's going to dry up, and you're going to live off just what we pay you. Or am I being too cynical? But I reckon that's what's happening. So there you go. Hey, Mr. Knives, how you doing? So you've gone quiet on me.
Yeah. I mean, you lose me with the ifs and stuff. I mean, yeah, that's where I throw the towel in with this stuff.
Well, right now it is right. No matter what we say, it's ifs. It just
because
we
so
don't
there's no
know.
point in really worrying about it. I mean,
There's not really.
There's terms for that, I guess. It's like paying a debt you don't owe or something. There's no point in maybe the Washington blows up or something. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe any damn thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, we see all
we're
that
not in that
on.
circle. So there's a bunch of people that are out there talking on TV, the talking heads, and they all got their opinions and this and that. But it don't mean shit. They can legally lie to you.
Yeah.
How do you know where they're getting their information?
But
How do you know they're not getting gassed up? So we don't really know shit. We're just
are people
arguing over bullshit or speculation.
Yeah, but are people still listening to mainstream media?
Plenty still are. I mean, there actually is people that vote for, would have voted for Biden, and there's still people that would vote for Kamala, probably. Not as many as I think they believe, but there is people that's all they get is a TV and a little sound bites, and they don't take any more time to look into anything, and that's the uneducated voters.
Yeah, and so I'm saying a lot of them don't know what's going on because they're only hearing what they're sitting watching the 6 o'clock news while they eat dinner, and that's about all they're hearing.
And most are followers. Like, people don't want to hear that, but y'all like the same type of sneakers, the same damn music, the same this, the same that. Everybody, all the costumes, they're all basically the same shit. You got your same 12 costumes that everybody wears. It's all the same shit basically. Modern people are followers. They want to be like the Joneses. That's why they'll go into debt slavery to get a new car every 3 years or this or that, or, buy their kid $1,000 bike to sit outside and rust in the winter and shit. Stupid shit. That's, it's because they're followers.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, can't dispute that. We've been talking for almost an hour. I God damn, that went by fast.
Don't surprise me.
You
You're
know?
good at that, Rick. You're good at it. You've been talking for almost an hour. I've talked for maybe 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's why I try to stay away from politics because I can ramble on, you know. But I did talk about guns. I mentioned my thing back there, and that was it. So now I gotta find. I gotta. I gotta find cheap 308 ammo now to shoot through the damn thing.
That's funny.
That's what
Cheap
I didn't think.
308. Does that go together? Same category? I mean, isn't that like an oxymoron or something along those lines? Those don't really go in the same sentence.
Yeah,
If you
well, I
want
should
cheap
have.
308, join the military.
Yeah, hey, I should have. I should have thought about that a bit more before I committed to doing it. A 308, the price of it, because what I was thinking was reload. Because I got the goddamn thing right here, but you got to buy all the stuff to do the reloading with. The dyes, the powder, the primers, and everything. Plus, you got to buy the brass. So
Yeah. Well, Sean, I think, is the one that talked you into the 308 initially, I believe. So,
yeah, it was.
or got you thinking that way. So I
He
think
got
it's
me
only
thinking that
fair.
way.
It's only from today's standard that he'd send you a couple boxes every year
Well,
just to, like
hey,
per diem
he's
or
not.
something.
He's not here. He's not here tonight. But I think for talking me into it, he should at least send me a few boxes to get started with. That will give me the brass to reload.
Yeah. Well, hey, this is one of them things. It's like buying a car. Once you own it, the maintenance. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
should be a couple
And
boxes
I should
every
know better
year.
because I've always said, right? I mean, people over in England, the old, the Jaguar car, right? You could buy them dirt cheap over there. Once they were used and were, over 5 years old, you could buy them at a reasonable price. But
Yeah, because they'll only last another
but
2
the only
months.
problem is you're still buying parts for an $80,000 car. You might only pay a couple of thousand for it, but when you have to buy a part for it, you're buying it for an $80,000 car. That's like running the 308. I got to pay 308 prices to shoot the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the gun might have been cheap, but I still got to buy the expensive ammo to shoot it. Oh, so
Well, I believe
anyway,
I brought that up when we were having a discussion on what you should get, but you were talking about how you were Mr. Big Willie and you make money and don't you worry about it. I got this, son, and all this
yeah,
type
I
of
know.
stuff. Hold my beer, and
Hey,
now
it's a trait of
you're
mine.
buying a round a year on layaway.
You know, I mean, basically, I let my ass overload my mouth.
Mhm. Yeah. It all sounds great until you get to the register.
And the bad thing is, I know better, and it's that insanity thing. I'm doing it again, different item, but I fall in
I
the same
tried to
trap
help
every
you.
time.
Now you got this nice gun, and you ain't gonna have the ammo to go shoot it. It's like
I know.
what the hell? You're like these people that buy the nice car. They don't buy it.
Yeah.
They take a loan, they finance, and then they're counting change to get their ass to work.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the same
Hey, I've
thing.
been there.
It's
I've
the
done that.
same thing.
You know.
Well, my old car, I got money in my pocket. I'm going out to dinner. Not worried about gas to work. I think it was 319.
Yeah. Hey, I've got 9 rounds of 308. That's it. I got 9 rounds. Already Somebody gave them to me. Yeah, that's going to go a long way, ain't it?
Pathetic. 9
It
rounds.
won't even fill up 9 rounds. It won't even fill a 10-round magazine.
You know, there's some guy out there. It's like, if you can't do it with 9 rounds, it ain't meant to be done.
That's right. That's right. You know, I should be able. I put a scope on there, and I should be able to sight it in 3 rounds maximum. You know, so there we go. Oh well. Hey, I plan on buying the upper this coming payday. So
There you
or
go.
I can,
You never
finish
know,
up.
man. Maybe I can splurge and send you like 2, 3 rounds, for your birthday or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've even the cheap. I mean, I found Lee dies for. I mean, they're around between 50 and $60 for a set. You know. Then you got to get the powder. Then you got to get, and they take large rifle primers. I don't carry large because I've never had a weapon or firearm that uses large rifle primers. You know, so that's another expense. You know, it's never ending. New York Outcast, it's never ending. You know, it's, I don't know. Just the thought of, I mean, mind you, I know I was talked into it, but I've always liked the look of the 308. Even though it looks like an AR-15, I always knew it was bigger. And I've always liked that bigger firearm. You know what I'm saying? But maybe back in the deep reaches of my mind, I'm thinking of maybe taking up long distance shooting.
Oh,
You know?
hell no. Hell no.
1,000 yards, you know?
No. Spotting scope, bags. I mean, you need more equipment. No.
Yeah, I can't do it on a budget.
No. I mean, unless you're talking like long distance for a 22 LR.
You know, because I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and they wouldn't lie to me. That 308 will be able to reach 1,000 yards. You know, no problem. So, but I don't know anywhere around here where I would have 1,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? If you're out west, it wouldn't be a problem. But here, I'm trying to think. I don't know where there would be a stretch that's 1,000 yards. Be honest with you, I know. I mean, one of my cousins, one of his fields might be from one corner to the other, might be 500 yards. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to think. You got to think what's behind the target. I'm trying to think what's at there. Is there anything behind him at 500 yards? I don't know. Because you only be able to shoot one way because there's houses that way. So I guess long distance is out because unless I want to drive out west, which is more expense.
Yeah, you have to drive out and pay money for a range that's adequate, and have to travel there, membership.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
you're bitching about $25 copays for your health.
Yep.
Priorities, Rick. It's not practical.
Chris from the 740. Young's long shot range in Cottonville, wherever that is 1,000 yards. You know? Don't tempt me, you know? So, I mean, I would like to do it just to see if I can. Really?
Let's look at it this way. How many French bread pizzas would you have to give up to join that club?
A lot.
Are you willing to do that on
No.
French bread pizza night?
No, I want both.
There's the problem.
Yes, that is. There's the problem. You know? Oh, well.
Now, if you got yourself a sugar mama, it might be able to work.
I don't have one of those. I got one that keeps, I thought I got rid of, but keeps talking to me. Well, I'd say that's the wrong word, got rid of. You know? Because it's crazy. You know? How can I put it? I enjoyed her company, even though she drove me crazy. Does that make sense? You know? But anyway, won't talk about that. That's for another show. You know? So. All right. Well, quiz. It's 8 o'clock. My quiz. Oh, yeah. What in the hell? I'm trying to remember what in the hell it was. Did I keep it? Boom, boom, boom. I don't remember if I kept it. Oh, yeah, I remember what it was now. Yeah, it was to do with the. It was to do with where. Yeah, it was to do with the old John Wayne movie El Dorado. The character called Bull. I wanted to know what firearm he carried, what it was, make, model, and caliber, if possible. Email me at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. And the drawing is actually next week, next Wednesday, which is the 6th of November. So there we go. Just wanted to get it into me. I think, be honest with you, I've got 1, 2. I think I got 3 entries, I think. So I know you guys are really into it. So I don't mind doing it. So I got to dig up another question for I got to come up with a new question for next week. I try to get off of Westons and go on to something else. You know? So
all right.
You know.
Oh
yeah, you have, Jacob. You've entered. So anyway, yeah, I'll have to come up with a new yeah. That's not a problem. Give me something to do to look up a question. You know, for next week. But anyway, it's actually almost 5 minutes past 8. So I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go get something to eat. And actually, I'm gonna have not gonna argue about it. I'm having grilled cheese sandwiches. You know?
Grilled cheese.
Yeah, grilled cheese. Mayonnaise on the bread.
It's gonna be mac and cheese next.
No.
You got you an AR. Now you got the grilled cheese.
I use
all
mayonnaise
this left
because it
is
makes the
mac
bread
and cheese.
crispy. You know? Last time I made some, I had the cheese and I wanted something else on it. And all I had was bologna. So I slapped a slice of bologna on top of it, then cooked it. So I had a grilled cheese and bologna sandwich. And actually, it wasn't bad. Well, anyway, the people in the chat there, I want to say thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And sorry if I bored you for the last hour. But if you got any topics you want to discuss, drop me a line and I'll use them. You know, I don't have a problem doing that. So, with that, I want to say thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. You don't know how much I do. So, plus to listen to me waffle on as well, which is even better. So, thank you for being here. I will be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. And hopefully, there will be a new president-elect. Well, you know, mind you, it might not be declared by next Wednesday. It more likely take them a month to count all the crooked votes. But that's beside the point. Anyway, so I want to say to everybody, good night. Appreciate you for being here. Thanks a lot. So good night, everybody. Good night, Sabrina.